Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Or depending on where you are, it's me. I'm so annoying. I'm so annoying. Ugh. Sheesh. I didn't know that wasn't Peter. Sheesh. Not Robert. Not Robert. Hello, everyone. I'm gonna let y'all get in. Let y'all come on in the room. I don't give y'all like no type of warning I'll be going live. Nothing. I'll just go live because I can. You know. I'm gonna get everything ready. Hello everyone. Oh my goodness. Look at y'all flooding in here. So popular. I'm so popular. Guys, hello. Hello, ladies and gents. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hello, Sheen. Cherry Blossom. Para Princess. I like that name. Miss Dixon. I like that name too. Melanie the Drip. Hi, boo. Hi, boo. Ain't Moving. Sheila. Caitlin Breeze. 22 Forever. Simon. I like that. Tasha. Hi, boo. Caitlin Breeze. How's it, Caitlin Breeze? Oh, well. I love you. Los Toto. Hi, babes. I love you. Amazon is Survive. The Fish King Pain. Hi, friend. Y'all get over there and subscribe to my friend, The Fish King Pain, okay? He's been getting into the Diddy tea as well. He was reading Kim Porter's fake book last night. It was wonderful. So make sure you get over there and check out my friend. Oh my God, I love him. Oh my God, I love him. Kind of says, love those glasses on you. Thank you. Hetero guys, like, don't like them, but oh, well. Yeah, shout out to Erica. Hi, Erica, Charlene, Brownstone. Yes, I love you all. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Ting. Please hit the like. I love you guys. Like my video. I'm just kidding. I'm not doing like this. But I love you guys. I love you. How are y'all? Are y'all having a good morning? Good morning. Good morning. Y'all, I got a haircut. My son, he had to get his hair retwisted yesterday. Well, since I'm taking you to get your hair retwisted, since I'm taking you, which is so weird because I told him that he could like never get dreads. Well, I wouldn't say never. I told him to wait till he was a little bit older. You know, kids listen. Because as soon as he turned 1 year older, Dad, you said when I was older. So, but yeah, I love you all. Good morning. Good morning. I love you all. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. So, we are going to be talking about shout out to Talana. She says, please hit the like. I love you, Sean. I love you too. Thank you for being a continuous member. I love you, sweetheart. So we're here to talk about, okay, what to say. Oh yeah, Diddy's new victim, yes, a new lawsuit. Not the press conference that we watched. Another one. Because we just watched the press conference of Talia. No, not her. Not her. This is a whole new person. Okay. And she has filed a lawsuit. This is Jane Doe. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Okay. Ard Kelly. Okay. Robert if you're nasty. 12 play if you're a minor. But he speaks from jail and says that he doesn't believe any of these charges, you know, on Diddy and, you know, all that gross stuff. So we'll talk a little bit about that too. And we never got a chance to talk about what Suge Knight said. So we're going to talk about that as well. Okay. So we got some new tea for you. I'm going to get into why I put R. Kelly and Diddy are in the S3X tape together. We're going to get into that. And, but before we do, y'all know we got to get to our 500 likes. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Now, y'all know we talk about random stuff until we get to our 5 likes. So, we're going to talk about this. Now, shut up, ho. So, Tokyo Burnt Gap Tony, okay, has now entered the discussion when it comes to twin Hector and her daughter Angela, which would be Chyna, Black Chyna. So if you don't know, Black Chyna ex-boyfriend Hector, he has a twin brother. He's a rapper and whatever. He was pummeled in his sleep. Oh my God. Somebody. When he was, I mean, because girl, eye was closed, lip was turned, all of that, girl. They beat him down. Beat him down. So, he's suing Black Chyna for like $10 million because he alleges that it was her. He said she did it. Okay. Now we don't know what that word, because of course Angela Black Chyna has not said a word. He has put out receipts, including his injuries or what happened to him. So in unfit mother fashion, when you ain't did nothing else for your daughter, might as well take the rap for her. Tokyo Burnt Gap Brokio Tony has came forward and said that she is actually the one who did Brokio. Tokyo Burnt Gap and Twin Hector did have beef because he alleged that Brokio was trying to sleep with him while he was with Angela. Okay, so allegedly Black Chyna mama was trying to sleep with her man. Okay, and Brokio came forward and was like, that's not true. We didn't believe you then and we don't believe you now. So Brokio came forward and said, I did it. I'm the one who did it, and here's how it goes.
Break something down to you, Hector. Don't tell no mother lies, bitch. I beat your mother like a. I said I was. I said I was in LA and whoop your mother playing games with me and my mother daughter. So now you want to play games and say she did that to you? This short, this little did that to you? No, I came there and I beat your mother. Go tell him that. Go tell him that. Talk about you was motherfuckers. See, you went to motherfuckers. After I finished your mother in that. Now try it again. And I'll do your mother. Do your mother. Same motherfucker way again. I got you now.
So she comes forward and said that she did it and he was woke when it happened. Then she took off these paper shoes with this Timu bodysuit on. Correct. And she says that she's the one who did it. I did it. It was me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hector. You know it was me. I did it. I had to do it. He was fucking with my baby. Mm. Now you see, SeanDavieWay is a offended. He offended. Now, I may not have been a good mother. I may not have been there for Chyna. But I am now. Now you see Chyna. I can't stand that bitch. I can't stand her. I don't like her. I don't like her. But I like that baby Dream. She cute. Dream. That's why I did it, because I had to come down there for come Hector. And I did it while he was walking. I'll do it again. I'll do it right now. Yeah. Why y'all want to arrest Chyna? When y'all can just get me? I had to knock him out. I had to show him. Now motherfucking Tokyo. Now, Chyna. She a stupid bitch. But I'm over here on this podcast. And they not watching us no more. This is gonna make them watch us. Because I beat them up. SeanDavieWay. He a thinking. And I'll be in his ass too. Just like I did Hector. Sean! Sean! You see Hector? That's what I was thinking. You think I put you? Sean! I told y'all motherfuckers up. So I don't know why he's suing Chyna. It was me. So that was Brokio. Brokio had to tell us that, I actually did it. It wasn't Chyna. It wasn't Chyna. Either way, you letting us know that it happened, that a woman did it that's related to Chyna. So that's not going to age well. That's not going to age well at all. If anything, you just made yourself a witness. Mm-hmm. Who places themselves at the scene of the crime? Who do that? It was me. Go say that in court. Bet you won't. You won't. We at 200 likes. We are almost to 500 likes. Please keep tapping on that like. Please keep tapping on that like. Please keep tapping on that like. Not what that word. What is that? No, absolutely not. Yes. So I literally can like not. With her. Hi, True. Shout out to you. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. We are on the fast track. Okay, on our way to 500 likes so we can get into tea. Now I know y'all want to hear about all of the. Well, I'm not gonna say all because I'm not about to go over like literally like all of the things that these cases have in common, like Diddy, Epstein, Sylvester, so many other people, right? The pattern shows that other people are doing this too. So that's why other people's names keep coming up. But we are going to get into a little bit of that. Now, this tea on Diddy, well not Diddy, I should say R. Kelly and Diddy. That's one of the hot topics that I wanted to talk about. So R. Kelly defends Diddy from slander. He says, I don't believe none of that ish. We are being hunted. You say we? We? So that means Kimosabe. Kimosabe. At 500 likes, we will get into the new law. Kimosabe. So basically, Diddy taught you everything that you know. That's what I'm getting from it. I mean, let's just keep it real. The higher ups show them this stuff, right? And instead of waiting to do it again with the people that won't get caught, they adopt these habits and traits and try to make their own situation. And we're gonna break that down. So he says, shout out to her talk. He says, neighbors getting into this. Looks like Robert Kelly is defending his old friend. Did it amid his allegations of trafficking and racketeering? Radar Online exclusively spoke with the disgraced singer, who ironically was convicted on the same charges. Diddy is currently facing, and he did not hold back, calling the arrest of Diddy a federal conspiracy. Okay. I don't believe none of this ish. You could tell me about Puffy. Could tell me about anybody, R. Kelly said, according to Radar Online. You tell me the news, the weather, the sky is blue. I'm not going to believe ish because I'm in it now and I know what they did. Again, with these theys and we's, and all of like it's crazy. R. Kelly then began to say that he and other celebrities are being hunted, and Diddy was targeted by feds because he was flagrant with his wealth and power. Kelly also calls out the people who joke about Diddy as if they won't be next. The ish crazy, MFers out there laughing and making comedian jokes, not comedian jokes, comedic, like still dumb, jokes and doing all the other ish on the radio and everything else, but they could be next. That's what's so effed up about it. They so stupid and don't even realize the moves that's going on. Yeah. Shout out to Gardenia Hammond for the super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I really appreciate it. Please hit the like. We are almost to 500 likes. Well, 300 likes. Please hit the like. Please double tap the screen if you haven't already. Over 600 million. If you can please double tap the screen. So what this is letting y'all know, again, R. Kelly and Diddy started hanging out in the 90s, right? The tapes allegedly stem back all the way to the 90s, right? Again, with Elite. Diddy is part of the Boule. So he was in the Boule before R. Kelly. So a lot of these men that get swept in and pulled in to these situations, again, don't hang with nobody, pretty much, that like in close quarters unless he has something on you. So I do believe that a lot of the things that R. Kelly learned, although he had a lot of interest in these things already, that Diddy taught him things too. Diddy initiated, I should say, R. Kelly into the Boule. So the things that Diddy was doing, the parties that he was having, like the naked women inside of the parties and people eating off of them, and the wild S3X parties where it's men on men, women on women, the OGs and all of that. A lot of his first time probably seeing a lot of those things, besides in his own household growing up, was when with Diddy. So seeing what Diddy had going on, it makes these men inspired. It inspires them to want to do these things by themselves. So why wait till I go to a Diddy party to kick it like Diddy when I'm just as rich as he is? When I'm rich too. I got a lot of money too. I can have my own girls and my own parties and my own this and my own, Why wait for him when I could do it on my own? Now, with them being established in the Boule, doing these things, what they're not realizing is they don't have the same protection as like a Diddy, right? They don't have that type of protection. Their protection only goes so far. But Diddy's range is bigger. So if you saw Diddy and Diddy had a party and you were at that party and it was people there that were age and things like that, again, he's going to get a different type of protection than you. See, he got mayors and governors and figures from all over the world, people from the federal government, like FBI, CIA, stuff like that. He has all these type of people here at these parties. So again, he hanging with presidents and ex-presidents and all, Trump, Obama, yes, Obama. He. So with him hanging with those type of people, it's a different type of, the royal family, Prince Harry, right, absolutely. It's a different type of connection and power that he has. So if Diddy gets in trouble over there in Europe, in London somewhere, you don't think back when, You don't think Prince Harry could have got him out of that easily? And stuff. It's a different type of thing when you got the Queen, in your pocket. So the way Diddy was moving, R. Kelly and them tried to do the same thing, but with them trying to do the same thing, again, the moves that you're gonna make is not gonna be the moves that Diddy will make, right? So R. Kelly's tapes showed him with people that were not of age, not him linking up with other powerful political figures, stuff like no. It's just him and whoever he had here with him at the time. So cutting back into R. Kelly getting caught, when R. Kelly got caught, he had a trial and he got off. Okay. The reason he got off is because at that point in time, he was one of the biggest stars in the country. So they had to move at ease because he was their cash cow. He was making these people a lot of money. So what they look like letting him go down over a little black girl. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He's not on trial for, pretty little, white girl that, got coerced by a superstar and all of that. Shonda was how they look at it, a fast little black girl. A fast little black girl. I mean, it's on record that he married Aaliyah and nothing was done about it. He was 27 when he married her. Hello? Nothing was done. No charges were filed, although it's public record that they were married, although they had tried to seal it, but it was still public. It's not like it was a hidden thing. Like, no, they got legally married, right? Nothing was done. So then, because Aaliyah, a black girl, like they weren't going to do anything about it because they didn't. And it was widely known that they were in a relationship, right? Even with, what is that comedian's name? Bill, is it Bill Bellamy? Bellamy or something like that? The comedian / actor. He knew that Aaliyah, because Aaliyah did an interview with him and Aaliyah and R. Kelly had on the same outfit, right? R. Kelly left that interview because he felt like Bill Bellamy and Aaliyah were flirting. And she was just simply answering questions. He was not flirting with her. She was flirting with him. That was not happening. She didn't even get a chance to finish the interview because Bill was, attractive and, Aaliyah's a beautiful girl. And of course, R. Kelly was just extremely gross and crazy controlling that just him talking to him was enough, for him to make and cause an issue. So Aaliyah had to leave because R. Kelly was upset. Now, Bill's excuse, because we all knew Aaliyah was not of age, even I was underage and knew Aaliyah wasn't of age. Like, he said that he didn't know how old Aaliyah was. So that's why he, I guess, didn't do anything or didn't say anything because he didn't know how old she was. But he definitely knew that they were in a relationship. But then what really blew his mind was that he had no idea as well that when she was interviewing with him, her and R. Kelly were already married. So when Aaliyah did that interview dressed like R. Kelly, they were married already. So he didn't realize that he was sitting there causing an issue between a marriage. He had no idea. I mean, no one really did at that point in time. No one knew that they were married, but it did give that people knew that they were clearly romantic with one another. Like, but yeah, they were married. But he didn't know. So nothing was still done about it. Nothing. Aaliyah had to go to her grave with no justice from that situation because she was a kid. She should have never been put in that situation. She didn't do anything wrong. She was a victim. She didn't know what was going on. It was just another person holding and dangling a career over someone who is all they see is their career and they don't want to lose it. So they're going to do what they got to do there. So I do think Aaliyah had a crush on R. Kelly, but he should have never took it anywhere else. He should not have done that. And he did. So he's definitely paying for what he's supposed to be paying for. But he goes through that with Rashonda, and nothing happens to him. He gets off, all of that, right? Although he continuously was doing what he got off for, so he was not innocent. He was given favor for being a part of the elite at the time. The elite showed him favor because of how much influence that he had over the world. They would the more power you have, the harder it is for them to get rid of you. That's why they don't get rid of them in their prime. So someone that's really successful, they're going to do everything in order to protect you. Just because you have the voice of the people, you have the voice of the masses. The elite are quiet. The elite are silent. So how the elite truly rule the masses if no one knows who they are? If no one knows who they are, we don't. How do you bow to someone that you don't know to bow to? If the king is in front of you, you would probably bow. But if you don't know that that's the king, if they're in like peasant clothes and whatnot, you're not gonna bow. So that's why it's so important for them to keep control over the people that have reach, like massive reach, global reach. Those people aren't going to go down. They're going to protect them. So, and when R. Kelly was going through all of that stuff, he was irreplaceable. Not only was he singing, he was writing for other artists, platinum tracks. They needed him, so they let him get off. Same thing with Diddy. When Diddy was in his prime, back when he was with Jennifer Lopez and that club pop-powing happened with Shine and all of that, he was in his prime. So they had to protect him because he had a global voice. So they needed him. They needed him because, again, with the Boulé are the ones that speak to black people. They're the ones that speak to us, the trendsetters, the musicers, the look makers, the sound makers, the dance makers, the dance cravers, the app poppers, because black people, again, we are biggest consumers pretty much in the United States. Now I don't know about like everywhere, but here we are the biggest consumer. So when it comes to shoes, clothes, music, all of that stuff, black people is all over it. Black people is all over it. Like, we're the biggest consumers. So they need people to influence us to consume their products, right? Think about it. They're Gucci, Prada, Birkenback, all of this stuff. Don't nobody black own none of that. That's why I don't wear it. And it has nothing to do with race. It just has everything to do with helping the people that have been trying to make it versus the ones that already have. Why keep making you richer? Why keep putting money in your pocket? Like, y'all rich, filthy rich. Like, y'all good. But yeah, so what is the purpose? And then you notice with any apparel company or anything like that a black artist does come out with, they don't let it survive. The Sean Johns, the Rockawares, the Fubus, they don't. They get years of life, just so they can, get what they need to gather from it, and then they get rid of it. They make them feel like, oh yeah, start a clothing line and all of that stuff. You go right ahead, just for take it away, for them to buy it and get rid of it, not buy it and continue the line. No, they'll buy things like John and all that stuff, and then they'll put it in like outlets or Macy's stores, department stores, and stuff like that. No, they're not giving it like a boutique or, like an H&M type of situation to where you just go in and it's Sean John or Rockaware or, no. Because they're too busy keeping their partners, the ones that are part of the elite, like the Gucci's, the Pradas, keeping them where they need to be, which is the elite, the higher up, that is what they do. And they use music to do it. Do you see country artists talking about some got me a Gucci belt, going down the Prada, gonna buy her a new? No. But you'll hear him talking about whiskey. You'll hear him talking about some hooch. You'll hear him talking about some gin. You'll hear him talking about stuff like that. But you don't hear them talking about nothing like that. Why? Why? Why not? Because that's not their job. Their job is to sell, right, vehicles and, all of the upper echelon of liquors by bigger brands. Ain't no whiskey ain't cheap. Something that's their job, to sell the cowboy hats and, the boots. And that's their job, to keep the rodeos going on. And, that's what that were. They give everybody jobs. Okay? Correct. Our job is to keep the Europeans, in glitz and glamour. Because it's mighty weird. We the only ones in rap videos. Shavita for the super sticker. Thank you so much. We're the one in rap videos, especially with the female rappers nowadays. With all of the logos on, all of the designer this, designer that, couture this, couture that. But they don't even want us in their stuff. They can make as many Birkins as they want. They make a certain amount of Birkins because they don't want black girls to have. They make them so expensive because they don't want black girls to have. They don't want y'all to have them. They really don't. That's why I don't understand why y'all be buying them. I be like, why do the designer did not make that for you? Go look at the line. When you seeing the models walking out, they don't look like you. No, not at all. They're not for y'all. Literally. Even with the clothes and whatnot. That's why y'all only wear certain things designer-wise, because black women are voluptuous. The majority of women are voluptuous. They come in all shapes and sizes, all type of shapes. Come with booty, breast, They make things in certain sizes because they don't shoot in it. That's all. They don't keep models skinny like that because it looks better with the clothing. No, European women are naturally thin. They go up and down. So when they get the really skinny black girl models and whatnot to put them up there and whatnot, it's not for you. 9 times out of 10, when the skinny black girl models is up there, they just needed more models. That's all. That's it. If they had more white models, then there would be white models inside of the clothing. That's why you only see 2, 3 black girls up there. Because they usually probably just ran out of whites. It's how I look at it. Because that's not our body type. When we get to 500 likes, I'll talk about the baby and text me again. So yeah, we're almost to 500 likes. Please keep tapping that like. Over 1,200 people in the building. Please double tap that screen if you have not already. So, and thanks for gifting memberships. Who was that? Vita. Thank you so much, Vita, for gifting memberships. You got from Vita. Please thank her. So yeah. So I mean, I just never really got that. Why is y'all running around and? I'm like, it's not for us, and that's okay. I mean, it's really not. I get fashion connoisseurs, like ones that are just like really into fashion. I can get those people wearing it. But if you going out here buying designer stuff because that's what female rappers are talking about, so that's why you went and got this purse, because your self-esteem is really low. Really low. Wasting your money on for what? That's the waste of money. That's not it. I will never get girl. But shout out to y'all, I'm all for supporting people that are supporting me. That's how I look at it. You making your products and whatnot and them for me, for my body type and whatnot, cool. I'm all for it. But like Victoria's Secret and stores like that, like it's not for y'all. Like they didn't make it, for black people. Like that's just not what it's for. They go up sizes and get plus size models and whatnot like that to keep you buying. That's all. It's so that people don't feel discriminated against, so that people will continue to buy. But they're not doing it for your frame type. Absolutely not. They don't want nothing to do with y'all. But y'all just keep getting their products. Why would they tell you don't buy it? Why would they be like, oh, please, please don't buy this Birkin bag? And oh, that's why I be laughing at Cardi. And people like Cardi be having all these bags. Like, girl, they not for you. Like, girl, I promise you, the Birkin designer has never sat down and thought about, I'm gonna make this bag for Cardi. No, they'll send you the bag and gift you the bag and let you get one so that because you are free walking for promotion. Have millions and millions and millions of followers. Why would they not allow you? Like, but they don't want you in it though. They don't. They don't want you in it though. They really don't. But all of your like white fans and stuff like that, they would love for you to show them. You know, if they haven't seen, you know, why realize when you're being used, you know, is all I'm saying. You know, realize when you're being used. You got these male rappers out here, Gucci this, Gucci belts, Gucci shoes, all of this. Y'all look stupid. Like, y'all look stupid. Like, Gucci would never. Gucci would never. How many black celebrities doing Gucci campaigns and stuff like that? Who? How many Latino celebrities doing Gucci campaigns? How many Asian descents are doing Gucci campaigns? It's like who? That's how you can tell who they want the face of their company to be. Who the face of the company is who they want wearing it. That's who it's for. Like that. So that's all I'm saying. You know, just pay attention to those things. I mean, hey, support who supports you, because I'm just saying, like, you know, y'all act like these same people that be ripping and running. Some of these people, like Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, all of them, like, they should be big spokespersons for certain companies and whatnot. And yeah, they'll dabble, like, oh, let's do a little Nicki Minaj line, you know, because she's been wearing our stuff for so long. You know, what? No, that's not incentive at all. The incentive is to profit off of a person that has already given them so much free promotion. They want that promotion to continue. Because if you wear a bag and their sales go up because you wore that same bag, you are doing their company a justice, regardless of who's buying it. It's like back in the day when segregation was ending and whatnot. Just because we were being sold food and stuff out of the stores, it did not mean that the people wanted to sell it to us. I look at it. It does not mean that they wanted to sell it to us. They did because, one, it was the law. And two, they're still making money, still able to feed their families. But at the end of the day, if all of their customers could have been Caucasian, that's what they would prefer. That's what they would prefer, you know. But hey, it is what it is. So we have 500 likes. Yay! On fast track to 1,000 likes. Please keep tapping that, double tapping the screen. If you have not already, I really appreciate it. So let's get into this new lawsuit. And I'm not about to read the lawsuit because I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I'm sick of reading lawsuits. Like, I'm sick of reading lawsuits. I am sick of reading lawsuits. You know, I don't see how these people do it, you know, like, but shout out to y'all. Shout out to the content creators that do, but yeah, Sean ain't got time for it, and I'm not making time for it, sweetie. Like, I'm just not. So, get your hopes up. If you feel like I was about to read, no. But I will let you know, the plethora of what's going on, and I feel like the Daily Mail did a good job of that, so shout out to the Daily Mail. So, let me go down, okay, right here. So, it says, Diddy sued by model who claims he impregnated her, then harassed her to get to abort the mission. After years of assault. Okay, so let's get into that. Sean Diddy Combs has been hit with a new lawsuit by a model who claims he impregnated her for years and impregnated her before harassing her to get an okay, to unalive the baby. A woman filed the suit on Friday under the name Jane Doe, as first reported by TM All Up in Your Business, Black Business Z. Jane claims that the rapper and assaulted her over 4 years and that she became pregnant during one of the encounters before suffering a miscarriage. Wow. She is the latest person to file a lawsuit against the rapper, who is awaiting trial in Brooklyn on racketeering and S3X trafficking charges. The alleged victim says she met Diddy in 2020 when she was invited to join him in an all-expenses paid trip. What do you know? What do you know? Always dangling money. Money, 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 money. The suit claims the woman regularly saw Diddy in 2021 and 2022 in arranged meetings in Los Angeles, New York, and Miami, among other locations. The woman says Diddy's staff used coercive and harassed the music mogul. Diddy inflicted physical injuries on the woman and forced her to take a, a narcotic and other narcotics, per the suit. The woman allegedly became pregnant in July of 2022 after she was drugged and assaulted. Claims Diddy's associates harassed her to get rid of the baby. Crazy. Before she miscarried. The suit states Diddy continued to contact the alleged victim through July of 2024. It comes days after another alleged victim, Talia Waves, filed a lawsuit against the rapper in New York. So this young lady is alleging that, his crew, forced me to, girl, this is great. Hold on, I'm trying to see if it says anything else about it. Because it's just talking about Talia right now, and we already talked about her. Okay, so with Diddy allegedly, please hit the like, please double tap the screen if you haven't already. Over 1,300 people in the building. Please double tap that screen. So she's alleging that not only did she go through things with Diddy, Tasha K interviewed Chyna. I think, okay, now I looked into that. Shout out to Tasha K. I looked into that. Tasha interviewed Chyna in 2019. So what happened between Chyna and Diddy was before the year 2020. Although Chyna went back to Diddy and continuously was messing with him. Yeah, so that was in 2019 because I thought the same thing. I'm like, oh, I wonder if this is Chyna, who Tasha K interviewed. That was in 2019 because if you go to Tasha's interview with Chyna, it says 5 years ago, and it's 2024. So that dates it back to 2019. She said that this accuser, this Jane Doe, says that she met Diddy in 2020. Yeah, in 2020. So that means that this is somebody completely different. This is not Gina. And I also don't believe that Gina would have filed under Jane Doe because she has spoke out publicly. She's gotten into it with Young Miami on social media. So yeah, I think that if she did sue, which she still, because she stated as well that Diddy forced her to unalive her baby, to get rid of her child, that she was pregnant with by him. Is this Talia? No, Talia is named. This is a Jane Doe. This lawsuit filed right after Talia filed her, so this is new. Both Talia's lawsuit and this Jane Doe's lawsuit basically was filed in the same week. I believe one was filed on Thursday and one was filed on Friday. This is why the information is coming out now. So I don't know. Maybe it was even filed this week. I know Talia's was filed last Thursday. Maybe this victim's was filed maybe today or yesterday. I will have to look and see because this is new. This as of today, and I believe last night maybe a story being broken. So yeah, I thought it was Gina at first too, and then I looked into it. I'm like, yeah, no, this isn't her. And I also think that I think Tosh would have said something about it already, and I just don't think Gina will go under Jane Doe. I just don't think that. So also let's get into. Why y'all? I told y'all time them out. I don't know why they keep coming here with that whole Dahmer thing. No, I was in Dahmer's movie. I was in Brokeback Mountain with your dad. I don't know what you're talking about. I sure wish I knew how to quit you. That was your dad. No, the only movie I was in was Brokeback Mountain, starring me and your father's peen. That's about it. Absolutely. Your dad was Jake Gyllenhaal. Correct. Yes, I up in the tent. I hit it so good he was punching the floor, and all of that stuff. Correct. Correct. Your mom saw me and your dad kissing on the steps. That's why he's no longer there. You're welcome. So this is definitely not Gina. But one thing that I do think is that this Jane Doe, although we don't know, I would love to know more about her. But I believe what her accusations, because even Gina said that. And not only did Gina say that Diddy made her get rid of her child, Winter from the Bad Girls Club was dating Justin Combs and ended up getting pregnant by Justin Combs. And Misa, Justin Combs' mother, Misa Hill, and Diddy invited her to Winter to a hotel room, and they basically forced and coerced her into unaliving her child, into getting her baby because they did not want Justin to have any children. Now, I do believe that that was Diddy's call because Diddy was there. I don't think that it was Misa that truly wanted her to get rid of the baby. I think it was Diddy. I think Lord Tisa, Misa was aboard because she wanted, maybe she thought that Winter was gross. Maybe she thought that Winter was like because she was smut. Because she's a smut. Maybe that's why she didn't want her to have the baby. But I fully believe that it was Diddy that wanted her to get the baby. And she did. She said that she did ended up choosing to not keep her child. Wasn't just an adult, if it's correct, almost 30, I think. Like closer to 30 than he was at the beginning of 20. So he was like 25, I think, 25, 26, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, he was grown, super grown, super grown, super grown. Yes, Winter, she did talk about it on her social media, and she also wrote it in her book. So it's in her book as well that made her come to the hotel room. And she said she was scared. You could tell. You know, she felt like it wasn't a request to get rid of the baby. It was a now. Right now. Yes, Winter from the Bad Girls Club. Yes, Winter from the Bad Girls Club. Yeah, she dated Justin for a while. I think they dated for like a year or two, something like that. And she ended up getting pregnant by him. Both consenting adults, both of them grown, super grown, around the same age too. So it's not like a big age gap, or anything like that. And they, was about to have a baby. So that's just what that were. Yeah, so I definitely believe her. I should say this. I believe Winter, and I believe Gina. Although Gina is like a troll, I do believe her when she said that she was forced to get rid of her kid. But here's the thing. Didn't Diddy say he wanted all of these kids? Didn't he say he wanted like 20 kids? Diddy used to go around and said that he wanted a house full of kids, right? So if he wanted a house full of kids, hi HBC room chicken, hi sweetheart. Who is Gina? Gina 2? Is it 2? Tew? Gina, she was an ex-girlfriend of Diddy's and a FO of his. And she came forward with her story on Unwild with Tasha K. It's on Unwild with Tasha K's channel still. So if you want to go watch it, just type in Tasha K and Gina, Gina. And it'll pop up. But she stated that Diddy was physically harming her. And on top of that, made her get rid of her child that she was pregnant with by him. And this was years ago, 2019, that she said this. And then she ended up starting messing with Diddy again. Her and Carisha ended up getting into like a social media war over Diddy. And that's when Carisha said something very disgusting when she said to Gina too that if she wanted her, then Diddy would have had her on her knees, basically, like, girl, for Carisha though, not like on her knees for him, on her knees for Carisha. So yeah, we thought that that was gross. Hog tied her. I don't know how to hog tie people. Where you think R. Kelly got it from? He hog tied his wife too. Mm, mm, mm. I don't know how to hog tie people. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. These kept the woman money. Correct. Correct. Doesn't I don't know nothing about all that. I don't know, Chiquita. I don't know nothing about all that. That's a little different. I don't know about that. I can't speak to that. Not Gina too. I believe her. Isn't it Gina too? Isn't it Gina? I know her name Gina. I know I got that part right. That part right. Um. Okay. Okay. Now I'm confused. Now you guys are confusing me. Um. Her last name. Huh. Oh. Okay. Okay. Now that. Let's see. The only Miyagi. Miyagi. That's all the Asian I know. Okay. Hurry up. Me love you a long time. Whoop them, got them style. Other than it's over my head. It's over my head. Okay. Yeah. So y'all got it. Y'all got her name is look. Honey said Hayaya. No, no. Her name is Gina, and we leaving it at that. That's it. That's just what that word. Her last name does not matter. Oh, not that's Korean. See, this is what. This is my nightmare. This is my nightmare. Um, I'm just getting in. Gina, the lady with the, Lord. I don't know nothing about. Oh wait, is y'all talking about that? Is that other girl named Gina too? The one that, um, like stuff with Chris Brown and Nick Cannon and all those people. Y'all talking about her? Is her name Gina too? Is y'all talking about her? Okay, I'm saying yes. No, we're not talking about her. No, 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 because she is not. Hurry up and buy. She is not hurry up and buy. The Gina we talking about. Is soy sauce. Yes. She know how to do nails. We talking about that one. Not the one, no, 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 no. Not the one over there in that chair. Not that poor woman. Not her. No. Absolutely not. No. We talking about Hurry Up and Buy. The one that sat down with Tasha K. Her show 5 years ago in 2019. Correct. Correct. Yes. Yeah, that one. That one. Yes. Gina Soy Sauce. We talking about her. That one. Mm-hmm. Correct. Correct. Yes. Okay. So moving on right along. Yeah, not the lady with the three letters. Not her. No. We're not talking. Yeah. So I wanted to clarify that because I'm like, what? Wait a minute. Oh, maybe that's also is her last name too? Tew? Is that the one? Is her last name too? Because we talking about the Gina H. Gina H. Correct. A little piece of ling ling. Mm-hmm. A little piece. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So we're all on the same page. We're all right. Moving right along. So yeah. Now she's also alleging that Diddy gave her physical injuries and that she claims that Diddy and his associates harassed her to. Now I'm confused about this. So it says she claims Diddy's associates harassed her to get an before she carried. So did she miscarry or did she have an because I'm confused by that part. It sounds like before she could do it, they put this woman under. Yes, that's what happened, Lord. Yes, Lord. They put this. I felt it. They put this woman under so much duress and stress, Lord, that she could not go to full term because Roger Bonds and deal, and all of them was calling this woman allegedly girl. Yes, that's what happened. That's what happened. She could not carry the full term because they wouldn't leave her alone. That's what they were. I just figured it out. I just figured it out. She should have hired me. She should have hired me. They wouldn't leave this woman alone. Yes. So when the woman went in to get checked up on her and her baby, when she went to go get the right to start chewing on some prenatals, Lord, she didn't even need them no more because these people would not leave her alone. That's what happened. You was welcome, and you can use that as your defense. Because I feel it in my soul because it said that before the woman could even go sit on the stirrups, the baby was gone. The baby was gone. Mm, mm, mm. That's crazy. If it's breaking up, it'll fix itself. It's not me. I have literally full bars. But no, these are her women alleged that when she became pregnant in July of 2022, after she was ugged. So was she? So this was not. So this. Oh, it was an R word, baby. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. So, cause she said that she was ugged and SA'd. And then she said she claims Diddy's associates harassed her. So that means that she became pregnant while being ugged. Is that why he didn't want her to? Ooh, that's why he wanted her to keep the baby because it wasn't a consensual baby, Lord. It wasn't a consensual baby. It's what that word. Because Diddy done always went around lying talking about somebody he want a house full of kids. If you want a house full of kids, then why is only certain people you will have your baby? Because Love, the last baby, yes, because I don't like none of Diddy kids. I don't like none of Diddy kids. I don't like the twins. I don't like that little evil baby Love. There's something wrong with her. I done seen her in one of those lives that he was doing. She was crawling on top of the wall, and all of that stuff. No, he was holding her, and her head forward, but her head was backwards. No, her head go all the way around. It's something wrong with that baby. Y'all mark my word. Now I ain't gonna say nothing negative about the baby, but it's something not. It's something off about that baby. Okay. Okay. There's something wrong with that baby. So yes, she got a little piece of Damon in her. Correct. Now we're gonna pray, baby. We're gonna pray over little baby Love. But it's something right with her. It's something not right with her. So, because I believe that her mother hid her until she was almost full term. She wasn't like the lions do. The lions get pregnant and they go lay in the forest somewhere for a couple of months and had a baby. And then they come show the daddy. Like, look what we did. Look what we did. They probably yours. I don't know, but they were like you. So she wouldn't hit that baby because Diddy just didn't want random people having no baby with him, right? He kept making these girls get rid of these children. So baby Love, okay, she wasn't supposed to make it. And that's what's wrong with her. Maybe that's what's on her. A little piece of not supposed to be here. Maybe that's what it is. But baby Love is not supposed. That's what it is. I feel it. I keep saying this. That's what it is. She wasn't supposed to be here. But and the mama went and hid off in the cut and wouldn't have a litter of this baby. And then she brought the baby to Diddy, like, look at here, ho ho ho. It's already alive. Ho ho ho. It made it. Child support. Ho ho. Look, she's here. She's here. She's documented. She made it. And she made it. So, I'm a girl. So, that's just what that were. So, I think that that's what he did. I think that he hid her pregnancy from Diddy. That's what I think. Because he wouldn't just let anybody have no child by him. And baby Love comes after the twins, right? And when she was burned, the twins was basically grown. I feel like Diddy was done having kids. I feel like he was done. Okay, that's why he kept having them going, in abortions, because he didn't want to have no more churn. I really feel like that's what it was. Now, one of the women's that he done had been holding hostage for years. Now, if one of them would have got pregnant, like a Kim Porter or Cassie, somebody like that, no big deal, because he controlled him, so then he could control the baby. I think that's why Cassie was over there eating a birth control pill, M&Ms. Correct, over there about the OD on birth control pills, to make sure she ain't had no baby by Lucifer. So I think that's what they were. I think that's why, because again, why he made her in 2020? He made her allegedly. Him and his team, that was his associates, was coercing her and trying to force her to get rid of her baby. Why? Diddy always says, I can even pull up interviews and went out of him saying that he want a whole bunch of kids. He said he want 20, 30 of them. He said he wanted to keep having kids. He said that he loved being a dad. He's always said that. So if you love children, why can these women get rid of them? If you love them so much. Nick Cannon ain't doing none of that. Nick Cannon got 56 and counting. He ain't making none of them rules. Get rid of it. Nick Cannon know he's a nut. He knows that he got a 2011 baby mama. He know that is what it is. It is what it is. So that's what it's given. It's given that I had no more churn. Because the twins is almost grown. So all of a sudden, here come this masseuse. Isn't that what she is? Like a massage therapist, baby love. Her mama, something like a massage therapist or something like that. She got like her own little business, or something like that in Florida. Because her baby just came out of nowhere. Baby love. Out of nowhere. And Diddy embracing the child. I feel, and this the same thing with Chance. He didn't want Chance. Ooh, girl. He did not want Chance. Chance was coming at the same time the twins was coming. You don't want her? He made the mama get a DNA test and all that stuff. He did not want Chance. No, he did not. He ain't make Kim get no DNA test for the twins. He ain't make Kim get no DNA test for Christian. And it wasn't because he was with Kim Porter. Clearly that didn't matter if he was in a whole relationship with Jennifer Lopez publicly, but would leave her and go home to Kim Porter. So I don't feel like it has anything to do with that. I feel like he just didn't want another baby. And then by some random woman. I don't think he wanted to have her kid. I feel like he wanted, Kim Porter's babies. But I don't feel like he wanted Chance's mom to have her. I don't. And I think they're trying to coerce her into getting rid of Chance. I do. And I think that she said no. I do. I think she was waited till she was too far along to say as such, because Kim Porter didn't find out until closer to like her due date. Because Kim was pregnant herself. So she didn't know. Girl. Well, that's not going to. I cannot. Diddy probably thought Dana was helping him, but she couldn't then sending over information to the Fed. Girl. That's another story for a whole nother day. And so these charges are recent. I think that this is why, and again, other people are coming forward. This is not the last person. We're gonna get more and more and more and more and more. Now that we're starting to see that it's safe to come out, you can tell people are still really nervous because she listed herself as Jane Doe. So you could tell she either is still really afraid or probably just wants charges brought up on him for all of the heinous things that he's done to people, the heinous things that he's done to people. But hey, Jane Doe or not, I'm glad that y'all coming forward. And I hope more victims come because everybody deserves to get their piece of justice. Everybody deserves to do that. Diddy is testifying. With Diddy testifying, I feel that he wants to not only snitch, but I think he wants to face these people and try to instill fear. into them, because we don't care about his side. We really don't care. When there's multiple, not even multiple people, a group of people coming forward with the same allegations against you, but none of them know each other. Um, yes, he is a narcissist, and I think that that's why he wants to get on the stand, because he knows that no one will defend him. All of the people that could defend him are already jumping ship. Like the PR, the character witnesses that could come in and speak to his character, the majority of them are gone. So at this point in time, please continue to hit the like. We have 700 likes on the fast track to 1,000 likes. Please keep hitting the like, please. At this point in time, he has to drag his kids. He would need his children as character witnesses, and to me, the only one that will hold any weight would be Christian. Christian and I mean, no, Christian, not Christian, sorry. Quincy and the twins. Those would be, want your character witnesses to be innocent. You don't want guilty people, or people that are involved. As of now, Quincy is not involved in any of the lawsuits, and neither are the twins. But they are minors. So I don't know how that'll look. I don't know, maybe they can testify after they turn 18 next year. But you can't just, because they would be, you know, they have credibility, Quincy and the twins. But Christian has his own lawsuit and has been named in Diddy's lawsuit. And Justin is also in the lawsuits as well for breaking the law. Let's not forget, remember, we only in New York, right? Christian and Diddy powed a man in the studio. Powed a man in the studio. That's not over. Not only the victim testify, the witnesses that were outside of the studio when Diddy had them drag him outside and place him on the pavement to make it look like, so let me break that down to y'all if y'all don't know. In Lil Rod's lawsuit, okay, he alleges that they were at the studio in Miami, and there was a disagreement between Justin Combs, one of his associates at the time, meaning one of his friends. Okay, if the live is tripping, it's YouTube. It will fix itself. Just, all I can tell you is bear with it, because there's literally nothing I can do about it on my end. So, but it usually fixes itself. Just give it a moment. So, with the lawsuit that he said they were in the studio, Justin, I'm trying to make sure I remember this properly so that I'm not just adding things in, because there's a lot of information. So, Justin and his friend, well, that point in time, they were friends. They had a disagreement. I don't know if it was about business, that wasn't specified, but Diddy, Justin Combs, and this associate all went into the bathroom inside of the studio, which is weird within itself. I guess they needed privacy. During that conversation in the bathroom, rather Diddy or Justin, one of them powed the friend of Justin's. Lil Rod came into the bathroom and assisted in making sure that he was okay, right? Trying to help stop the bleeding and all of that. Lil Rod took pictures. Okay, if you look at the lawsuit, inside of the lawsuit, there are pictures. There are bloody clothing. There are bloody like rags and whatnot of them trying to help. There's a picture of the blood on the floor. So it definitely happened, right? In that bathroom was the scene of the crime. Diddy had them take the male that was powed outside and placed him on the pavement in front of the studio and pushed it as if it was a drive-by that somebody drove past and powed him. But there were witnesses outside that watched them sat him on the pavement. So they brought him outside, pow, so they know it didn't happen outside. They're like, he came outside like that. So after that happened, the man went to the hospital, and he even verified himself out of fear that, somebody drove past, and powed. Although you could clearly see that that's not true, due to if that would have happened, that would have been like splatter, and stuff like that outside, shell casings, things like that. None of that was picked up on the crime scene, found, nothing. They pretty much just, since the studio was in a area, they pretty much just believed the story of the police. They pretty much just believed it. And now that same victim and the witnesses that were outside state that they will all testify. They said that they will all testify against Diddy. But again, that happened in Miami. I believe it was the Miami area. That happened in Florida. I know it happened in Florida. So that will have to be taken care of there. Like they can't bring him up on charges. So this is just the beginning. We haven't even gotten to like the Tupac stuff yet. But yeah, so he's about to be like on a tour. You know how like Robert Sylvester. He went to court in multiple states. Robert didn't just go to court in Illinois. He went to court in Illinois. He went to court in New York. So yeah, you got to be tried where the crimes were committed. So it's the same thing with Diddy. So there's other things that, like with Justin Combs, if he feels like they're not deeply looking into that story. Now, rumor has it that Diddy is the one that pulled the trigger. But I really don't think it was Diddy. I think it was Justin Combs, and I think Justin Combs did that to try to prove his allegiance to father. I really think that that's what it was. I think it was that. Please keep hitting the like. We're almost to 1,000 likes. Thank you so much for getting us over 700 likes. I really appreciate it. If you can keep double tapping that screen. Over 1,200 people in the building. Please keep double tapping that screen. So I think that that's what it was, because it didn't sound like necessarily Diddy had the problem. It seems like Diddy had the problem with the person, the friend or person of interest, because Justin had a problem. So it seems like Justin was more upset than Diddy was within that moment. So, and again, in the lawsuit, it is not specified who did it. It is not. It is not. And also the victim did not specify who did it to him. He didn't say rather it was Diddy or Justin, but it did say that he was pop out inside of the studio, that it did happen inside of there. He corroborated Lil Rod's story. You don't think the feds are all over that? Do you really think that? No, the feds have to acknowledge every crime inside of those lawsuits. They have to. They don't have a choice. At this point in time, they have to do it. No different than Cassie. She stated her lawsuit about what happened to her at that hotel in 2016. She stated it. And she told the truth, because not only that, they found the video during the raid. They found the actual hotel video. And they had no idea that they were going to find that video. Besides, the raids happened because of the victims. More so Cassie. This is how narcissistic and stupid Diddy is. When the police went in to do the raids, there was not much damage done to either of Diddy's properties. Usually damage is done when they are looking for something, when they have no idea where to find it. The problem is that the victim, Cassie, told the feds exactly where to find what. So Cassie told them about the 2016 incident, about that tape, because she knew it was there. She knew he had it. And not only that, she knew where to find it. This is where everything is. This is why he was reaching out to Cassie, longing for her so bad, because he knows Cassie knows where all of the, everything is buried. She knows where all the bones are, So it was important for him to, because he knew that she was working with the feds in some way, shape, or form, because he never tried to do anything to her. Instead, he's going to award shows and doing acceptance speeches, talking about some shout out to Cassie, thanks for being there through the hard times, making songs about her to try to, serenade her, all because he had run out of options. He had run out of options. SL says, what about Talia Graves? What about her? You got to be a little bit more specific, because that's like really broad, that's like really broad. But yeah, so she knew where to go here, look in these drawers, it's in this house, then he got stuff at this house, he got stuff in in New York and this condo, whatever, then go to California, to Humbly Hills, he got this and this and this there, go this room, look, she know where everything is. So it's easy for them to find. That's why the raids didn't really take long. The weapons, all of that stuff that they found, she knew where all of that was. Just go look here. This is gonna be there. Go to the basement and look in this back door and blah blah blah. So Cassie made their job really easy, but that's how you can tell how his narcissism makes him feel like he's God. If people know where something's buried, wouldn't you go move it? Wouldn't you go move it? If you rob a bank with somebody and that person is snitching, that person is saying things that are going down, are you going to leave the money where you buried it or you're going to move it? If they know where you buried it, if they saw you bury it or if you told them where you buried it, when you going to move it? I would immediately. Even just out of paranoia. If somebody said that they saw you coming out the police department, that's enough for me to go start making moves. That's enough for me to start making moves. That's why they did the raid so publicly with Diddy, because they wanted to see how he move after. Let's see who he goes to first. Let's see who he goes to for help. Let's see who he tries to pay off. Let's see who he tries to bribe. If Diddy had already offered the city of New York $50 million to let him out on bail before he knew what his bail was. What if his bail was only $1 million? What if his bail was only 10,000? Why are you offering 50? That's extremely cocky and narcissistic within that moment, because you just feel like you know. So if he's offering the federal government, the court, the judge, everyone right in front of us, offering them $50 million, imagine who else he's talked to and offered money to. Dawn files her lawsuit. He calls Kalina 54 times in one day. Kalina, you don't think they watching the paper trail? You don't think they watching the paper trail, Kalina? Because the real reason Kalina is so afraid of Diddy, it doesn't have anything to do with Diddy assisted in helping her get her kids taken away. Sure did. Kalina lost custody of her kids, and she wanted Diddy to help her get the children back. Do she got her kids? Yeah. So yeah, she don't have custody of her children. 100%. And she's been working with Diddy for years. That's why you don't see her doing any other projects. It's also why she left Love and Flip Flop. Diddy was not having that. And the thing about it is, closer to her husband than he was to her. Way closer. Way closer. These incidents that were being discussed in Dawn's lawsuit, you don't hear much about her husband. Because they was over there getting down with the game. She's an open bisexual woman, even on Love and Flip Flop. You think that her husband is too? Y'all can fall for that cocky, roar. Y'all can fall for that if y'all want to. Because why was y'all laid up over there at Diddy house? What was y'all laid up over there for? Girl. So, yeah. So she's been around him pretty much since right before she got into Diddy Dirty Money. Although her husband knew Diddy before she got in Dirty Money. Yeah, Diddy was help her no different than Roger Bonds. Roger Bonds, his head of security, his son is in prison in Africa, and Diddy promised to help get him out. He's still in jail. Still in jail. Correct. Diddy also was going to help Kalina get her children back. She still don't have them. So yeah, he's an evil person. Legit. He is very evil. So yeah, yeah. I just think he wants to testify so that he can go up there and make everybody like gold diggers and tell a story that, because you being rich and famous is not an excuse to bring people to life and treat them any kind of way. Yeah. You don't get to do that. You don't get to bring people in your life, because of course people are going to be attracted to the glitz and the glam. They're going to, Sean, do you know she doesn't have her kids? What does Diddy do? If she has been around Diddy for umpteen years, doing what Diddy says, Dawn, gotta wish shout out to Queen T. Not start over. Thank you for the super sticker. Dawn has always led her own path, right? Although she was still being controlled by Diddy, she still led her own path. Diddy knew from jump that Dawn was not interested in doing no drugs and, busting down, all of that stuff, none of that. Although it was rumored back in the day that Dawn and Diddy were messing around. I'm just like, and I always said, I'm like, just cannot see that. Like, I always thought Dawn looked at Diddy as like an older brother, as a more so not a father figure, because she has her father in her life. Dawn has a really good father. But I never saw her looking at him like that, you know. Um, it's the people like Dawn that I feel like went through the most. Like, Dawn just wanted to focus on her career, right? And then you have the ones that want to profit off of the situation. Ones like Aubrey O'Day. I don't give up what Aubrey's story is. I don't care to hear it. I don't care to hear it. I really don't. Someone that has been so vocal about her hatred for this person for so long, but never said he did anything to her. She's never said that he's done anything to her. To now be alluding that something happened, no. On Aubrey is a gold digging groupie. A gold digging groupie. Mediocre talent groupie is what Aubrey was. Okay? Aubrey was a willing participant. Willing. That's why she can come forward and say nothing at all. Because she was willing. But it was girls around her that weren't willing, and she knows that stuff happened to them, and I don't feel like she agreed with it. But it's not her story. It's not. In order to R-word someone, consent has to be removed. Yes, Aubrey's dated Donald Trump's son, that is still married to this day to the same woman. She made an album about having an affair with a married man and all of that. Aubrey's trash. She's trash. In the story. Did nothing happen to her. Nothing. Now, I don't know what she's been through in life with other people, but when it comes to Diddy, Diddy couldn't stand that bitch. He could not stand her. Now she want to come forward. Oh, there was days where I was in the studio and I would have to leave because my nails weren't painted the right way. Girl, please. All y'all look like ragamuffins. All of y'all look like ragamuffins. Girl, bye. I'm like, yeah, you got your nerve. All y'all bad. All y'all. Y'all hair was bad. Y'all clothes was bad. Y'all shoes was bad. Like, all y'all looked a mess. Until y'all actually made the group. When y'all made the group, y'all started to look better. 100%. But even when y'all first made it, that first season, and when y'all looked a mess. Like, the spray tans and all of that, you looked orange. All of that. Girl, you looked a mess. Put them up. You looked a mess. You absolutely, all y'all looked a mess. No woman on Making the Band ever said that they leave the room because they didn't have on the right color. This coming from the same person, just to the day that Diddy Kane broke up. Diddy called D Woods and Aubrey, Ebony and Ivory. They had dates that Diddy Kane was supposed to be at that wasn't showing up to, that D Woods wasn't showing up to. So that means that Aubrey, and especially D Woods, they did what they wanted to do. So how you go from doing what you want to do to now all of a sudden you just catch a bird? When? Aubrey has always been defiant. Always. She's always been that way. You cannot tell her what to do. She will complete opposite. She always been like that. That is nothing new. Watching Aubrey. Back in the day, she was the problem child. Of course, Diddy ripped that group apart, and he didn't have to. They could have stayed together. The problem was fixable at that point in time because Diddy was the problem. He the issue, giving Dawn studio time, she recording, and the rest of the group not. So the rest of the group wondering like, okay, well, why does Dawn keep going to the studio? Why is she scheduled to go to the studio? You got Aubrey on Broadway. She was doing a play on Broadway. D Woods was being a video girl. She all up in Lloyd video and all this stuff. Like, they had different agendas. While Shannon, Dawn, and Andrea were the only ones showing up to the Danny Kane events where they were hired to be, the club premiere or the club showings, all that. But Aubrey and D Woods was in their own world. They was in their own world. They missed photo shoots, all of this stuff, and with performances, only the three women were showing up. Only Andrea, Dawn, and Shannon were showing up. The other two they didn't care because they weren't getting paid. Since they weren't getting paid, that's the main reason that D Woods and Aubrey just said, Aubrey went to start doing Broadway and acting and all of that so that she can make some money because she wasn't making no money with Danny Kane. So it's just like, what's the point? Like, I feel her, but at the same time, like, she didn't have to go about it the way he did. But again, she's always been defiant. Anything that don't suit her or don't work for her, she's gonna do her own thing. She got her own show. Was that on Oxygen or something like that? But Aubrey did her own show, came out with this little EP album and whatnot. Like, this is right after Danny Kane. Like, she was already making moves to be solo. You know, she didn't want to be no more. That's how she actually, she was better than the group. You know, and all of that, like, ugh, Danny Kane. You know, like, that's how she treated it. And he felt that arrogance with Aubrey. That's why he got rid of her. He got rid of her and D Woods because they were defiant. He kept the ones he felt like he could control. He could control Dawn, so he kept her. He could control Shannon, so he kept her. He could control Andrea, so he kept her. Okay? Once he realized that Andrea wasn't about to kiss his feet, once he realized that Shannon was not about to kiss his feet, he fired them too. Because Andrea didn't quit the band. If you watch the episode, Andrea didn't quit. He fired her. And then he did the same thing to Shannon. So then they did another season of Making the Band, and Dawn went to try to get the group back together. Aubrey said, hell no, I want nothing to do with it. D Wood said the same thing. Shannon's lawyers were already involved. Shannon just like, yeah, no. And then Andrea was the only one that was open because she never quit the group. So Andrea, Dawn, came back and they were like hanging out with Day 26 and stuff like that. Then they went and had a meeting with Diddy to talk about the group getting back together because they knew if the group comes back, it's because you ruined this. You fired the girls, all of that stuff. You business all messed up. Everybody expecting checks and money and stuff, and we ain't getting paid still. You got to fix it. At that point in time, there was really nothing that Drea and Dawn could do. Like, their hands were tied. They contacted the girls. The girls said no. You know, they got their lawyers, and it's getting legal now. That's just where we at, you know, with it. So when D Woods has not a word about anything happening to her with Diddy because they didn't. Shannon has not came forward and said anything happened between her and Diddy because it didn't. Besides being mistreated, robbed, and all of that, nothing happened. Same thing with Drea. Same thing. Dawn was in a group with Diddy. She was in Diddy Dirty Money. So that's how her experience is getting locked in the car, being around Cassie, and all of this stuff that was going on. That's where she enters into that situation. But then when you come to the other girls, they were all gone. That's so pretty much during the Making the Band time, if he ain't invite them to no party or force them to come to no whatnot, then it just didn't happen. So what's Aubrey's excuse? Now all of a sudden, oh, she was being kicked out of the studio, and that man is this, and that man is that, and you know, I'm a victim of what? You care about victims so bad. Why don't you care about how Donald's son wife feels? You stepped in on her whole marriage, made a public debacle of all of that, embarrassed the hell out of that woman. Even Donald Trump spoke on the situation and said that he called his son and told his son to go home to his wife. The situation got that big that she went forward and told the world, made an album about it, all of that. About sleeping with a married man, knowingly entering a marriage. Not, oh, I didn't know he was married. Yes, you did. Here, Trump. You knew he was married. You are too public. He and his wife be everywhere. But this is the same person that wants to come forward like, woe is me. Did nothing happen to you? Like, girl, nothing. You just wanted Diddy to, like, her and Diddy have the same personality. The same personality. Todd, Andy's husband, not too long ago did a show bringing girl groups back together, girls that were in girl groups, bringing them all together and starting a group, right? And Aubrey was one of the women that signed up for the show. They ended up making a group, and it was called Blueprint. And two of the girls from the twins from the group Cherish, Keely from 3LW, Pam from the group Total, all of them, they ended up sticking around and making it. And, because Nivea with so many other people that were part of the cast. And, of course, Aubrey funk with nobody. Nobody. I mean, when I say that she got into it with everybody in that house, she got into it with everybody in that house. She was a big part of the reason Danity Kane broke up. And yes, the show was called Encore. Thank you, Kayla. Yes, it was called The Encore. Yes, great show. Great show. I feel like they should have did it again just with different people. But, yeah. And Aubrey was on there. And she made, girl, I was so glad when she left. Because at first I wanted her to be in the group. I'm like, this would be really cool, to see how this turns out. And no, I was so glad she left. I was like, oh, thank God. Thank you, Jesus. I'm like, oh, I am so glad she's gone. First of all, your face don't move. All that plastic surgery. And you're just a problem. Like, she was trying to take over the whole group. She was trying to get on this mini track so she could sing lead on this mini. She was mad because she couldn't sing lead on it. Y'all see, and then she did the same thing in Danity Kane. She would be crying in the studio. Oh, I could just be pretty Aubrey. You just keep having me sing on choruses. I'm not a background singer. She always made a problem. She was everything was about her. It was Aubrey or nothing. Aubrey or nothing. She's doing the same thing with the victims right now. Oh, when things like this happen, it's the Trump fighter. Shut the up. Shut up. Like, imagine. Like, girl, you see how Amber Rose quiet? Another fellow whore? Shut up. Take her lead. Girl, please. You willing ones? Yeah, y'all need to shut up. That y'all weird. Like, let the victim speak. You're not a victim. You're not. You want to be one because then they're made about you. All narcissists like to be looked at as victims. That's why Diddy wants to testify. He wants to testify because no one else will make him look like a victim. So he needs to make himself look like a victim. Like, all of these women and men came through here and targeted him because he's a billionaire. And they made up all of this stuff about him because all of them just want a payday. He got to get up there and literally turn victims into the aggressors because he knows no one else will do it. No one else. All of these people that's supposed to be cool with Diddy, why ain't Jay-Z speaking out? Why hasn't he said a word? Why hasn't Justin said a word? Everybody say Justin is so cool with Diddy. All people reaching, saying that that Diddy did something to Justin and all of that. Then why isn't he speaking? Why isn't he at least defending him? Like, oh, well, no, I don't believe that stuff. I've never seen any of that. I've never seen Diddy, do anything, blah, blah, blah. I've been to his parties and whatnot, and I don't see none. I ain't seen none of the stuff y'all talking about. All this other, it must have been, selected people that he wanted to be there, and I wasn't one of those people because nothing. Radio silent. I mean, I get that he just had a kid, but I mean, what's a quick tweet? To be. None of these people have spoken on him. How does Jay-Z go from having these Rock Nation brunches with him every single year to radio silent? Nothing. Stephen A comes forward and compares Beyonce and Rihanna. He making statements and calling him, telling him, oh, that's family, blah, blah, blah. Did he not family? Y'all do go back all the way to the 90s. If y'all wonder why Jay-Z not, because the elite is making sure that Jay-Z is not involved. They're making sure that Jay-Z is not involved. He will be protected. So when people keep saying, oh, Jay-Z's next, Jay-Z's next, not unless he up. As long as Jay-Z stays on the up and up with the elite, no, no. They will remove any evidence or anything that will imply Jay-Z, that will put him in the lineup of anything. They're not going to let anything happen to him. They are not. If Jay-Z's on any of those videos, they won't make it into court. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that. Yeah. You're only allowed to make billionaire status if you are part of the elite. I love Rihanna down, but I love her. I love the pieces, but she can't convince me. Girl, please. Girl, please. I love her to pieces, but she can't convince me anything otherwise. She beat out a white girl. They let Rihanna's Fenty products, her hair care products, her makeup, all of that, beat, what's her face? Kylie Jenner Cosmetics. Rihanna's company not only became a legit billionaire before Kylie's Cosmetics, but let Rihanna beat her. They let Rihanna's company outlive Kylie's. They did that on purpose. See, they f***ed up. The Kardashians f***ed up a long time ago. That is why they took them off E, one of the biggest contracts that the Kardashians have ever had. They took them off of there. They're like, yeah, no, they don't get that type of exposure anymore. Astroworld. Around Astroworld, Kylie and Travis were one of the biggest couples in the United States. And they made sure that Kylie was there when it happened. They made sure. They made sure. Correct. No different than Kanye. Took his Adidas deals, all that stuff. What Kanye said, they could have, because Kanye done said the craziest thing. Kanye sat on, during a telethon, when everybody in the world, Craig, was watching TV. This is before, iPads and stuff really became like big. And said that they don't care about us. That the president don't give a fuck about us. And he lived. He lived. He went up there and told one of the biggest stars in the world, she cool, but Beyonce better. Beyonce should have got this. Yeah. They made sure, but they protected him during all of that stuff. Literally. He was protected. They made, Yeezy was $1 billion basically industry, and whatnot. Yeezy became bigger than Adidas itself. I mean, let's keep it real. And they were expensive as, like, they were not cheap. Those were not cheap shoes. Like, everything Kanye makes is expensive. So, and then all of a sudden it's just gone. Like, overnight. It's just like, what happened? Heaped up. Heaped up. Correct. But notice when Kanye's deal went away. Notice. Kanye's deal went away when he got into it with Diddy. Kanye speaks in subliminals. So that, like, week and a half period that Kanye was posting a bunch of text messages and DMs and stuff on his, like, IG, and all of that. Around that time is when when I found out proof, basically, that Diddy said is when Kanye has said it. Right after that, few deals and all of the stuff just started to go out the window. All of it. Kanye has been building, he bought a big plot of land and has been building like the weirdest, like, inhabits, like tiny homes, but like this whole, it's like futuristic. And they made him stop. They stopped the construction on it. They stopped the process of him opening his own church because they were allowing all of this stuff at first. They were allowing it all. And then he gets into it with Diddy, and it's just like, yeah, No, not at all. Chester McFly. So yeah, I feel like Diddy started a lot of this stuff when it came to Kanye brand starting to go down and certain parts of his brand being removed. I feel like Diddy had everything to do with that. 100%. Because they're part of the same club, but Diddy was more wanted in the club because he was still willing to do what the club wanted him to do, and Kanye was not. So it was easy to get rid of Kanye. It was an easy decision. I'm like, yeah, he gotta go. Versus, oh well, no, we need him because at the time they needed Diddy, but now not so much. It goes back to the influence thing. Diddy's disposable because of F-ish that he's been doing behind the scenes. But on top of that, Diddy does not have any influence anymore. He does not. Diddy is not popular. He does not have, really big brands that are bringing a ton of money. No. Him selling a lot of his businesses is what got him, into the billionaire lane anyway. Setting something up and then make a profit off of what you set up by selling it to somebody else. So, selling the catalogs and so on and so forth. But him as like an artist, no, he's not needed. Think about Beyonce. Beyonce is a super influential artist. Beyonce is that girl. Like Beyonce is that girl. Like when she speaks, millions of people listen, right? So she's indisposable. They cannot get rid of her. They cannot get rid of her. Beyonce can there is one exit out of the elite for her, and that is death. That is the only way Beyonce can leave the elite. The only way. Her grave. Same thing with Jay-Z. Grave. You have to think about the other people that were really a part of the upper echelon, truly sitting with the elite, like the Michael Jacksons. He didn't get to leave the industry. Michael never got to leave the industry. When he did, he died. He literally passed away in the middle of a tour. That's proof. Same thing with Prince. Prince was not allowed to leave. You don't go anywhere because they need his voice. He runs the masses. So rather you want to run the masses or not, we do. It is our job, and you knew that coming in. So you knew it's a forever thing. Same thing with Kanye. The only way for Kanye to truly leave the elite is through the grave. So when they will cut you down before they cut you off. That's how the elite works, depending on your influence. So if they can still use you, then they'll give you a little leeway, instead of a big public humiliation, which you going through like certain things with court and whatnot, they'll keep it on a hush hush. Like Ellen DeGeneres and Oprah having those ankle monitors on in 2020, never truly explaining why they had them on, even and acknowledged that they did have them on. So that's the elite still doing them a solid. Like, okay, we won't bring you down in a blaze of glory. We'll let you live, but at the same time, we're taking this from you. This gotta go. This got, but they'll let you live, because they may need you again in the future. And not for everything is not about the public's perception, controlling the masses. Sometimes it's controlling other people, right? So if they need something from like Gail, then they'll bring Oprah in. They'll bring Oprah in. They'll be like, so if they need a favor from Frenchman or something like that, go get Diddy. Go get him. If they need a favor from the Kardashians, go get Kanye. Kardashians came in under Kanye. When Kanye divorced the family, the elite divorced the family too. Hence, the first season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians on Hulu was about Kanye and Kim's divorce. Them being removed off of E. When she was with Kanye, she was allowed to be on E. Way bigger platform. Way bigger platform. E is huge. Okay? And then moved over to a smaller one like Hulu. So they still let them live. But at the same time, we don't need them no more. We don't. We have them around to control you. We have those succubus here. Hey, sister one boo. We have those succubus here to control you. So they report back to us. You know, anytime you out here about to fuck up, anytime you about to go climb a tree, you know, and all of this stuff screaming, free my people. They can keep control of you. So that was Kim's job. Kim's job as head of the Kardashians was to keep the money in line, and the money was Kanye. So they had to, and they needed to keep controlling because Kanye is really big. You know, he controls the masses. So, but the Kardashians do. You know, they have a lot of influence. So if Kanye goes, y'all gotta go too. Like, yeah, because we don't need y'all no more. Bye. Thank you for your services, but it's a wrap for y'all. It has been. That's why the Kardashians have lost their influence. No one really talks about them. Notice that? Notice that? And it's because they're getting older. It's not because they stay out of trouble. No, it don't have anything to do with that. They just don't, no one is checking for them anymore. Okay? It's time to move on. You get your chance, and then after you get your chance, you gotta go. A selected amount of time to be famous, and you better do what it do. If you don't press the elite with the time they give you, you're booted, you know? And at that point in time, there's nothing impressive about the Kardashians on their own. That's why it kept a strong male presence in the entertainment industry. All of them. They don't just date regular men. They absolutely not. They have to have some type of, every dude Kim got with, an athlete, a musician, because she knows her worth. She does not have none. She does not have any worth. You know, her claim to fame is being a smut on camera. Okay? Kim Kardashian's X tape was not famous because of her. It was big because of Ray J. That's what made the tape huge. Was because of him. Didn't nobody know who the Kim Kardashian was. But this tramp that sleep with a lot of Hollywood executives, she was married in that tape to a whole nother man. How much could you be more of a smut? Are you kidding me? You letting him bust open wedding vows? Like, she was married to a music producer or A&R or whatever he was. She was married in that tape. She wasn't single in that tape. She was married. Ray J was a celebrity in the video. No one knew who Kim was. That's why she branched her show off of the tape. The tape came out, and they did Keeping Up with the Kardashians the first season. That was the whole rollout of the show, was them releasing the tape, and not releasing the tape like it got leaked. No, they sat down with Vivid Entertainment, a PORN company, and signed the rights over to them. How is this leaked when you can go on Blockbuster at the time and rent it? Like, you go into the adult section back in the day when you go to, when we rented stuff, it was an adult section. You had to be 21 or 18 or whatever to go back there. And it was so many of them on display. How was this a leak? They were everywhere. Everywhere. In certain places, like Robert Sylvester's tape, that was a leak because it started out the tape just being in the Illinois area. That's where it started. Like, it wasn't like everywhere on shelves, you could rent it and buy it. No, it was not like that. Only being sold in certain areas, and then it got placed onto the internet. And back then, the lime wires and all of that, that's how it truly got around, because people were uploading it up into their computers and putting it on like Napster and LimeWire, all of that back and downloading it. But that's how it truly got out there, like how images got onto the internet, from the like stills from the video and all of that. But it went like theirs. Kim Kardashian and Ray J's tape, everywhere. Okay, so they came on the show lying. Chris sat down with Ray J. Now, Brandy's mother was not there. Sonia was not there. So people try to blame it on her. No, She had no idea that Ray J was sitting down making that deal. Ray J did that on his own. She wasn't there. But Kris Jenner was. She sat in that meeting with him and signed that deal. And I believe her and Ray J split like, was it like 10 to 20 million between each other? They split it. And whatnot. So yeah, Kris, it was her idea for the tape to get out there. Because then it gave them an edge. You know, it made people wonder like, oh, who's this girl? Oh, that's Ray J. Who the girl is. So that's how she pulled her fame from Ray J. Because no one knew who she was. We had no idea who the Kardashians was. The most we know about the Kardashians is their father being a lawyer, but we still were never introduced to like the children. So we didn't know who they were. Kris Jenner was more famous at the time than Kim Kardashian. I mean, the O.J. Simpson trial, her being friends with O.J. and Nicole, and, you know, being with Bruce Jenner. So they were the famous ones. I mean, if you actually look at it. But when it came to Kim, who? Who? So yeah, she rode the back of Ray J, not the other way around. If not for Ray J, Kim would have nothing. She would be no one. And it's a shame that it took you being a slore, the only thing you're good at, laying on your back, to make it that way. So yeah, that's what that were. Yeah, Napster is a throwback. Most definitely is a throwback. So let's move on. So yeah, but some people keep saying like, oh, Jay-Z's next. Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. Speaking of other people, let's pull in. What time is it? Okay, I still got time. Well, let's do that next. Let's get into what Suge had to say first. I guess we should do that. So that I don't forget, it's not a long video. So we'll listen to what Suge had to say, and then we'll move back into this whole Diddy piece. Play, mofo. Please hit the like, please hit the like. Almost 4,000 likes. We're at 908. Let's get 1,000 likes. Please, 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 please.
Hey, I'd like to say this real quick. You got a woman that works for you. It's really incredible. You don't find too many people.
I thought you were about to implicate her in the investigation. I'm just glad you're not implicating Dusty in the investigation, Suge, because I can't.
He's talking to Kumo.
Take that.
Suge and Kumo. Suge on the phone.
She's not in the investigation.
All right.
What I want to do for her is, I want to. Hey, look, I got to do this for her, but I want to turn on to this clothing line called people from that place. But look, what I was basically trying to say is this: I respect your show, and respect what you're doing, but most important thing is
please hurry up, criminal.
Is get a solution, because this has been going on in the industry for a whole years, for decades. And at the same time, you know, nobody wants this to be true, and it shouldn't have to be true. But if we don't fix it and do something about it,
we when he becomes so self-righteous, please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. Now we should.
Suge,
Ain't you in jail?
Early on, that I want to get clarification for the audience, Suge. You said early on, you can't just look at Diddy in isolation. You said this was done to him. He learned from others, and it was done to him, and then he did to others. To me, that sounds like what I hear when people are talking about abusive situations, you know.
No, that's the whole connection between like Jeffrey Epstein, Diddy, Robert Sylvester. The connection is that they all have the same teacher. That is all. The same teacher. So these men going around certain people in the elite, and they saw how they moved. And like I said before, they adopted a lot of things that they saw and did them on their own, just not having the same power as the people that they were learning from. So if you at a Clive Davis party and it's just, wow, it's crazy, right? A whole bunch of beautiful women, and then you go deeper into the party and you see all this other stuff that is going on. Okay, now you're interested in those things. You may be, right? You may be interested in doing all the drugs and, you know, drinking and all of that stuff and being under the influence while being sexual with strangers. You know, you may like that. But it does not mean that you will get away with whatever you saw them getting away with. Robert Sylvester, he had S3X with plenty of people that were underage. He was doing it for so long that he felt he could get away with it. No, it's just that it's not something that is known. Like everybody don't know what you doing. So if certain people find out, you may get popped. And that's what happened. Because when information was first brought that R. Kelly was in that tape with that young lady, they could have just got all the evidence, scratched it, talked to the witnesses, got rid of them, or whatever they needed to do, and didn't have to come into court at all. That's what happens when the wrong person sees your wrongdoing, because they're going to do the right thing by turning you in and making sure you're prosecuted, and all of that. So the elite have enough power to make it so that it never makes it into court at all, right? But then when it comes to, situations, shout out to BJ, shout out to that surprise witness. What is going on? Yes, do you see a BJ girl's a whole new lawsuit from Jane Doe talking about some made her unalive her baby, was trying to get her unalive her baby, then she miscarried, and the girl's a whole new lawsuit. It's like every day it's a whole new lawsuit. And R. Kelly, speaking out, agreeing with Diddy. Diddy taught R. Kelly everything that he knows. R. Kelly trying to have these extravagant parties, because Diddy's known for parties. R. Kelly wasn't, but in the 90s and the early 2000s, R. Kelly threw a lot of parties before his trial. That's when his parties and stuff calmed down, if you will. But everything he learned from, keeping it real, Jay-Z and Diddy. Also, Bob Davises and stuff of the world too. But more so, I feel like Jay-Z and Diddy taught him everything that he needed to know. Him being with Aaliyah, very so much. Wasn't Jay-Z with Foxy Brown before? How old was Foxy when Jay-Z and Foxy Brown was? And then you see Robert Sylvester, he get with Aaliyah. You see what I'm saying? He feel like he can do to see other people do him. So since he see that Jay-Z is with Foxy, why can't I be with Aaliyah? Why we can't be together? Jay-Z doing it. Jay-Z is. Why I can't do it? Why folk come? What I can't do with her? Okay? And then you going to Diddy parties and Diddy throwing all these parties in, because no one, because again, these tapes range from allegedly 1994 to 2024. Okay? You're not going to convince me that R. Kelly is not on those tapes. R. Kelly is definitely on those tapes. That's why he stopped partying with Diddy, because R. Kelly is narcissistic himself. Everything has to be about him. So that's why him and Jay-Z, the tour was never going to work, because both of them are narcissists. Everything is going to be about Jay-Z on his end, and everything going to be about R. Kelly. That's why the tour broke up. Because you can't have two narcissists on tour with each other. That's never going to work. Not at all. The only reason Jay-Z and Beyonce have worked this song is because Beyonce is passive. Beyonce is passive. Beyonce doesn't mind uplifting Jay-Z. She still does it to this day. To this day, she places him on a pedestal that he has never put her on. No, that's how I look at it. Beyonce lifts him up in a completely different regard than he lifts up her. Beyonce really can't even be talked to without Jay-Z coming out of her mouth. And then if you look at the other way around, since Beyonce is the bigger star than Jay-Z, Jay-Z is always being questioned about Beyonce. He's not bringing Beyonce up himself. It's usually like the reporter, even his kids, like somebody else is bringing those people up. It's not Jay-Z. Like, he'd rather talk about like business and music and, and stuff like that. He don't care to talk about that. But Beyonce, my husband, my husband, my husband, my husband, my husband, my husband, my husband. She always my husband, my husband, my husband, my husband, my husband. He don't lie. I can't wait to get home to my husband, my husband, my husband, my husband. While Jay-Z like, the interest is not the same. Like, and it's never been the same. So, yeah, I believe that R. Kelly is on those tapes as well. And I think that that's why he is defending Diddy. Because he kept saying, us, we. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Us. and weed. So you own them tapes. Him and Diddy hung out for years. 4 years, he definitely on there because he said, "Oh, these people trying to take us down. Who? This ain't about you. This ain't about you. Who is us? Who is we? Y'all being arrested for the same charges because y'all all hang together. Y'all all picked up things from each other. Y'all all adopted these things from each other. You watched how Diddy party. You being a narcissist. You wanted that same type of situation, but you wanted it to be all about you. You want to party with Diddy. It ain't about you. It's about him. Gross. You want to be who everybody's looking to, who's everybody's bowing to, all of that. So you took and mimicked his idea, just like Diddy did with like the Clive Davises and, all of that. He went and said that, got invited to a Clive party. Weird stuff happened and went down and whatnot. And then you liked it, adopted it yourself. Why wait till these parties could leave? Their parties are once in a blue moon. You go to these big Clive Davis parties, and Clive Davis always has parties. Okay? Whitney Houston passed away, the floor under Clive Davis's party. Not Clive Davis just up there hanging out. No, he was having a party, Grammy party for the Grammys. He was having a party. Then Whitney Houston passes away underneath the party. Okay? Right underneath. You fall through the floor, you're going to be in her room. And then they tell everybody, hey, Whitney Houston passed away at the party. They kept partying. Clive said Whitney would have wanted him to keep partying. Everyone was wondering, like, okay, well, Clive, you heard that Whitney Houston passed away, your protege. The floor beneath, literally, she was right under, I did too many videos on this. I know for a fact that Whitney Houston was right underneath the party, her hotel room. Not that she was on that floor. No, his room, her room. Because these are suites, big suites. His room, her room. So instead of ending the party, because a few guests left the party, but overall, everybody stayed, including Jennifer Hudson. So they all partying still and whatnot. And the reporter was like, okay, well, why would you keep partying, Clive? Like, your protege passed away. What would make you think that it's okay to keep partying? He said, oh, Whitney would have wanted me to keep partying. No, the fuck she would not have. No, she wouldn't have. If Shaka Khan was the flow beneath, a Michael Jackson, a Diana Ross, and anybody was right underneath your flow, and they would have passed away, Whitney would have been crying. Whitney would have been sad. Whitney would have left. Whitney was the child of God, regardless of what she went around here doing. Of the Lord, and that's not of the Lord. So yeah, she wouldn't know. Not at all. That don't even make sense. No, Whitney would have, no, keep her. Girl, I'm like, okay, Clive. If you say so. If you say so. But that's not the only cover-up, too. There have been people, when the real tea is going to come out, it's with the deceased people. Think about how many times, we're about to go back and look, but think about how many victims thus far have came forward and said that they were inebriated or drugged, right? Do y'all truly think, if y'all sit back and think about it, do y'all think everybody survived? See, we ain't even got meat and potatoes. Everybody's body is different. So because you spike something or something and my body take it and it just knocks me out unconscious, it doesn't mean that the same result for everyone. Some people may never wake up again. All of these people running around here, how bad ODs are right now, to where they got like Narcan literally sitting out for people to just grab at any moment in time because are so common. But at Diddy parties, they're not, although you're giving them a plethora of Uggs at the same time? You truly think everybody made it? I really don't. And for the people that didn't make it, who covered it up? Mm, mm. Where is G from Chalice Recording Studio? BJ, I hear that G from, and you're talking about the one that got pow-powed, right? I hear that he is under federal protection. When Diddy goes to court, when he does his trial, because this is far from over, when his trial in Florida, G and 5 witnesses are supposed to be testifying against Diddy, because this all happened in Florida. So allegedly, I hear that he's under protection, and not only him, like 2 or 3 of the witnesses are too, because he has solid evidence. And then again, there's solid evidence in Lil Rod's lawsuit, because he has pictures from the day, the incident, all of that. He got it all. So they got him tooth and nail. And it's already documented publicly that G and the witnesses stated that they will testify. Now, 2 of them say if subpoenaed, but the other 3 said voluntarily that he was not pop out outside of that studio, that it was not a drive-by, that he was actually brought and sat outside by men, and the men went back into the studio. They said that they would testify to say like, Now what need to be verified is who did it. Was it Justin or was it Diddy? Now I think overall, people look at it like, oh, it was Diddy, it was Diddy, it was Diddy. You got to think about Diddy. Diddy is a punk. Diddy is a punk. He's always needing somebody else to do his dirty work. The only time he has ever done anything was the pow-powing inside of the club in the 90s. And that was just him being drunk. I think that not him more than it scared anybody else. Honestly. Because he always sending somebody to do his dirty work. And I feel that it was the same way with Justin. I think Justin did it. If Diddy did it, I would be surprised. I mean, it's not like he hasn't ever pow-powed anybody before. But I really think that was Justin's moment to prove his loyalty to his father, to prove his loyalty, to show me that you will do anything for me. Show me that you say, show me that I lead and you follow. Is how I feel. I feel, because it's not given that Diddy had a reason to pow G. It was giving the issue was between Justin and G, and then I feel that he just jumped on the bandwagon. Diddy jumped on Justin's bandwagon and was just like, yeah, you need to handle this. You need to take care of this right now. Show these. It's how we do. Show them how we do, blah, blah, blah. Gassing Justin up. And I think that that's why Justin didn't shoot to end his life. I think Justin shot to scare him, I don't think that Justin was trying to end him and whatnot. I really don't feel that way. I think it was Diddy telling him, now or never. This is your opportunity. And I really think that they are all afraid of him. I do. I think that the kids are terrified of him. I do. I think that they are terrified. All of them. Even the baby. Even the baby. I think they all are scared of him. Like, terrified.
Hurt people, that someone was sexually abused, they wind up being a perpetrator. Is that what you're suggesting about Sean Combs, that he was sexually abused and he now sexually abuses?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. I think
I think Gene should be locked too. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. I don't think Gene should go to jail. I do think that he should recollect and think about a lot of poor decisions made. I don't know, because as long as he didn't hurt anybody, and as of now, Gene Deal has not been listed as someone that has done anything to anyone. So, I mean, you can't control other people's actions. So I can't say oh, Gene Deal could have changed him. Gene Deal, no, I wouldn't necessarily say that. But I hope he's regretful that he didn't do more. But I don't really feel like he needs to be incarcerated or anything like that. But I mean, if you feel that way, I'm not gonna knock you. I'm not gonna be like, you're wrong for that. You're entitled to your opinion.
What was done to him. And like I said, if you look at Russell Simmons, you know the truth. Andre Rail, you know the truth. Brian Davis, you know the truth. Jimmy Iovine, you know the truth. So this
He
not
just named all of the people that Diddy has slept with. I do want to get that out there. Now, to me, depending on what bracket you're put under, now Clive Davis, me, has been placed as the initiate holder. Like, he is the sorority, and Diddy and them are the pledges when it comes to black music. I think that Clive is like the general, when it comes to the elite. The elite expect, Clive not to only find these black artists, because he's birthed superstars. Like, Clive has made so many superstars. But, I think that he shows everybody the ropes in the black community. When you come in the music industry, you gotta go through Clive. You gotta go through him. Clive cannot sit down individually with all the people at once. It's too many people. It's too many people. So, what better than to throw a party? It's easy to get everyone in the same room. It's easy to get the message out as soon as possible. All of that, it's just easier to do. But in the process of initiating them, he's also teaching them certain things as well. Now, what they go out in here and do is on them. So you can choose to join it or just participate in it with us, right? And I think that that's what, like, the Will Smiths and people like that are doing. The majority of the time when they are participating in things that they know that they shouldn't be doing, they do it on somebody else's time, dime, address, all of that, so that nothing comes back to them. Clive Davis has had party after party after party after party after party after party, right? Over the last 30, 40 years. What have you heard about Clive Davis parties? Nothing. Nothing. Now, if he's the teacher, if he taught these men all of this stuff, then why isn't he being accused of things? Because Clive has different protection. It's not that his parties hasn't talked about. The elite gets rid of it immediately. When they see anything coming about it besides, like, archives of just rumors, they're not about to let, like, the CNNs and the TMZs and, people like that, they're not letting them report anything like this. No. They will remove it or have it removed, and people would be dealt with by saying anything in that regard about Clive. Keep his image clean. The cleaner you keep his image, the easier it's going to be for him to attract people to him. So when all of that stuff came out about Robert Sylvester Kelly, nobody wanted to be bothered with him. Nobody was dealing with him like that. Besides, like, the poor impoverished people in certain areas, those were really the only people that were, like, going to bat for him. Other than that, nobody effing with him at all. A lot of the artists that was getting songs from him and produced by him, all of that just stopped. All that just stopped, right? So with all of that stopping, why? Why will people stop hanging with R. Kelly if he was found innocent? They knew he was guilty. Everybody knew he was guilty. Everybody knew he was guilty from the jump. But he had protection. So the elite was not going to just let him fall all the way through, because they still needed him. He still had a big voice, global. Not just here in America, everywhere people know the name, Robert Sylvester Kelly. Same thing with Diddy. So with Clive initiating them, there are rules. Diddy just followed the rules longer. Diddy followed the rules longer. That is it. R. Kelly is an idiot and illiterate. So, of course, he was going to mess right away. And he did. It didn't take him long at all, for him to up. But with Diddy, Diddy kept the right connections and blackmailed and incorporated the correct people in order to keep his freedom for this long. Everyone has turned their back on them because the elite has told them to. It is time for him to go down, and there's a list of people that's going to go with him, make it happen. They're doing just that. So for people to think like, oh, well, this is just a distraction from the election and all of that stuff, no, not at all. Not at all. The election's not until November. So they had plenty of time. This story's die down quickly, really quickly. They're keeping this going because they don't want you to lose focus. Because now that they have him, time for him to go down. They're not going to let up. They're not. The life as Diddy knew it will never be the same.
Certain things that all of a sudden you got this. The industry is a quick business. It's been like that for a long time. And the casting couch is real, but it's for women and men. But far from all that, I think the most important thing is they should let Puffy tell his truth. I'm quite sure he's going to expose a lot of people. I'm sure he's going to move forward with it. But I don't think it should be a situation like the Epstein thing where they found him hanging from the ceiling and dead before the truth come out.
Do you believe
I think
that?
the truth need to be.
Do you believe that Diddy is in danger in prison? And do you have advice for him based on what you just said?
Well, the first advice I have, I don't ever want to say he's in danger, and neither should.
Correct, BJ. Yes, absolutely. I agree with you. Shout out to BJ Investigates. These stories come and go. They really do. After Diddy got raided, it was talked about that after like 2 weeks, and then after that, we moved on to the next. Like it was like the raid never happened, you know. So that's something like I really don't feel like it's that the election is into November. Now, if they popped him in November, then I would be like, oh, okay. Thank you for the cash app, just the cash app. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, it's like that I would get, but it's like the election into November. Stories, you know, no, they just taking them down. That's all. We're just watching the takedown.
He say that because once he gets to the point where he feel he's gonna be suicidal to himself, harmful to himself. Once they put him on suicide watch, you have the rights to nothing. No socks, drawers, no t-shirt, no blanket, no sheets. You so naked in the cell as a crazy man. So he definitely don't want to do that. And the other advice I would tell him, you know, maybe he's on the Jewish diet. Because the kosher meals is way better than the food somebody else making for you. At least they're going to come hot. They're going to come
is he talking
you
about?
Be the one to open them. That's very important.
What about people trying to hurt him?
Right, because this is getting really ghetto.
Jail. I mean, one of the things is this. I don't care who you are. Prison and jail is a negative environment. Somebody can do something to them and get a name for themselves, they're going to actually do it. Or they can do whatever they feel they got to do to prove themselves. But we also got to learn. We got to learn from our mistakes. Anything don't have to be a mistake. You got to better yourself. But we all know what we signed up for in life. So if I signed up to be a football player, I knew I'm going to get hit and I'm going to hurt somebody too. I signed up to be in the music business and the entertainment business. That's a right to being a black man. There's certain things you got to look at for the challenges. If they can't take the money from you, they take you from the money by putting you in prison. That's a fact. In Puffy's situation, he should go and get his time out the way. Not no life sentence. If he can get an extra time, he can jump on it because he had a great run. I'm in prison right now. I had a great run. So I don't go mad, I wake up mad. I've been locked up for 10 years and I ain't had a bad day here. And it's a lot of things we can do to help each other, and it's never too late for help. God bless us to have a voice. Use our voice. I had told Puffy a while back. I told TD Jakes a while back. Come on, collect calls. We can politic. Because one thing for certain, one thing for sure.
So he told Diddy and TD Jakes, Suge says that, you know, call me and we can power out. I would never want to talk to the person that tried to end my life. The hit on Suge Knight and Tupac, Suge Knight just survived. He was not supposed to survive. The hit Keefe D states that he and his nephew Orlando did was Diddy was going to pay them $1 million to end Tupac and Suge Knight. It was $500,000 for Tupac and $500,000 for Suge. Suge just survived. He wasn't supposed to. Why would y'all talk to a person to try to end your life? That is so crazy. That is so crazy. No, this ain't clickbait. You just late fuck. That's all. We've been live going on 2 hours. You just late. Imagine me starting over because you just got here. Psych. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have anything to say to him ever. I have anything to say to him ever. Like, girl.
It's not gonna walk away with one scratch on it.
Do you think?
Like that.
Do you think that
But
Diddy?
he can do so.
Do you think Diddy knows enough that it's a very delicate balance? Maybe investigators will want to know these other names and greatly reduce his exposure to criminality to time versus what people would do to keep him quiet.
Number one, I've been knowing him a long time. And we was friends. We're not enemies, but we were friends.
Y'all were never friends. Like,
He's not a dummy. So he's smart enough to work his magic. On top of that, this man right here, he's been involved with the FBI and most of his career. It's like he don't have no moves. So I don't think nobody's just counting him out. I don't think he gonna lay down and just crawl in the corner and die. He probably going through a lot of shit now because he probably going through a lot of withdrawals for the drugs. But the industry got him on drugs. And see, they do these things to take control. They're not doing, there's nothing wrong with being gay. You choose to be gay, that's your preference. But they doing this to people for control. It's a power situation.
Suge,
They've been having the power of the, yes.
I appreciate your perspective on this, and I just want to get something very clear.
I don't think they'll lessen his charges, even if he does snitch on people. I mean, to a certain extent. If your deal isn't gonna like lead you to freedom pretty much like immediately or close to immediately, what's the point? What's the point? Diddy, what, 54, 55? How old is Diddy? 56? How old is he? So even doing 20, 30 years, you're going to be 100 if you live to see that long. 20 years, you get out, you're 76. 30 years, you're 86. 40 years, you're 96. So it's like, what's the point? What's the point? I really don't. I don't get it. So if they could get him out within like 5 years, I could see, you know. But a lot of the people that he's going to snitch on are people that they're going to protect. A lot of the people. And then again, he still has to worry about his indictments because, again, the race was in Florida, New York, and California. He ain't even got to the other two states yet. He hasn't even faced trial in New York yet. So this is like years in the making. Years before he sees any type of freedom. It would be years just to get the trials over with. So that's crazy. I just don't see him winning in any way unless he gets on the stand and tries to like claim insanity or something. Is that why he wants to testify? So he can pretend like you're crazy? I don't know. Shout out to y'all. We hit our 1,000 likes. Thank y'all so much. I really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Please keep double tapping that screen, though. Please, 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 please. Yeah, so I mean, I don't see what the point would be. But hey.
What you're saying is true. And I'm not questioning your credibility. I can't assess it. I don't know. So
Right.
then he's got people who are the biggest names in the
Well,
business
you could, hey,
who
I ain't
helped
trying to
him.
cut you off, but if any of those people I mentioned don't have no drinks, don't do no powder with it, you can find out. I don't want you to be right.
What?
Listen, I mean, look, the job
Yeah,
is.
Suge, shut the. Yeah, so I guess that one. Pretty point, yeah. Just kidding. But no, it was cool to hear the names that he has said when he's talking about like Andre Harrell, and people like that. I'm glad people are putting these people's names on the forefront because they need to be. Like everybody else get caught, but y'all stay. But the elite will not let them go down. They will not. But before we get out here, let me get into this. So, all of this stuff always popped like, no, I'm not interested in like any of this stuff. Go away. Okay. Where is it? Okay. Now let's get to like how these cases are a lot alike, which would be Sean Combs, R. Kelly, Jeffrey Epstein. These cases have a lot in common. Let's get into it. They do. Ray Lovell, an entertainment and civil attorney, spoke to Newsweek about the similarities between the R. Kelly case and Combs case. His quote, R. Kelly and now Diddy are representative of high-level, famous, and in this case, in the music world, moguls who have chosen to live a lifestyle which the authorities question is legal in many respects, Lovell said. He said both cases send a message above law and power. The government wants to make a statement that says no matter who you are, how much money you have, how powerful you are, we're not going to let you get away with stuff like this, Lovell said. Although they're doing it with them, but whatever. Lovell explained what has caused the shift in the prosecuting these cases that have been ongoing for many years. His quote, I think it was triggered by the Me Too movement. Me Too movement happened and cast this light on the dark world of the entertainment industry, Lovell said. Famous names that end up being prosecuted. R. Kelly, quote, R. Kelly didn't have a whole lot of rich and famous people participate in acts with him, but Diddy reportedly did. And from what we know, that Epstein did, at least according to some of the evidence, even though a lot of those people haven't been prosecuted. So I want to compare that. Look at the Epstein case and how many celebrities were on that list, right? It got so bad that celebrities were sending letters to the judges so that their names could be sealed, so that people know that they were there. Well, if you were on the island and nothing bad happened, you didn't do anything, didn't see anything bad, why can't your name be? If I went to an Epstein party and we just had a party, it was fun, it was a good time, we ate, we drank, we got drunk, and then we all separate ways, why can't I be on the list? Why can't I be on the list? I don't care what he did with other people. I don't care. That has nothing to do with me. Nothing at all. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I, however, did not see any of that stuff, you know, and I also wouldn't want people to think that I'm guilty of anything. If you get your name taken off stuff and hidden and all of that, to me it was that you had something to do with something. That's what it gives to me. It gives to me that you participated in something, because why do you have to be so mystique? Like you want mystique at the party. You went to the party, you was taking pictures, you this, you that, I'm with the Epstein, I'm with these celebrities, all this stuff. It was cool when all of that was happening, but now that person getting popped, it doesn't mean that you are automatically going to be held accountable for something that you didn't do. Because you're guilty about like Diddy's kid. People are still going to look at them a certain way. People are still going to look at them a certain way. Imagine the Combs sending their application to a HBCU right now. They didn't do nothing wrong, but your daddy did. But your daddy did. So, yeah, no. We, sorry. Y'all cute and everything, but that away. Yeah, there's going to be, yeah, very guilty by association. Although they did nothing wrong. People are still going to look at them a certain way. They're still going to side eye them. The last name that they have is not a good one to have anymore. So that's what I would be on if I was them, like getting my last name changed and stuff like that, because you just don't want any association. That's Jeffrey Dahmer's brother changed his last name and stuff too. I would have as well. 100%. Yeah, if I was related to Casey Anthony, I would have changed my last name too. 100%. Like that, when you are related to someone, that's the worst guilt out of association, because it's an association you can't help. You can't help that your parent, you can't help that your brother, you can't help that people, you can't their actions. It doesn't have anything to do with you, but people will judge you for it. They sure will. So Quincy Brown trying to go act around whatnot. Good luck, because you're gonna need it. Because if the elite ostracize their father, then they have ostracized the children as well. You don't get to go higher while your father's going lower when you used his influence to get where you are, to be known, to be a celebrity. Again, Christian is an actor. Quincy is an actor. Christian raps. Justin is beige. The twins are without parents. And then you got Baby Love that's still in question. Out of all that being said about these people, the most famous thing about them is what? Diddy being their father. So not only are you guilty by association, you're also famous by association. Okay? He does music. He's never had a hit. Not a one. Not a one. Christian, King Combs, he's done music, but he's never had a hit. Not one. Nope. Quincy acting, the best role we know him from or having was being on Star. The show wasn't about him. It was about the three women. They were the headliners. The ones you see on the cover. He wasn't on the cover. No. He played a boyfriend. He was on Power. He wasn't on the cover. You don't go look for, no, and you see Quincy on, no. His father's I'll Be Sure. It's called Karma. See, Quincy, if you would have let your real dad be there for you, you'd be good. You'd be known as I'll Be Sure, son. But no. You wanted to be a Combs. Well, congratulations. Be careful what you wish for, because you just may get it. You've done everything in your power all of these years to fit in and, be a Combs. Well, you got it. You got it. Because if you would have let your father be a father, you'd be Albie's son. But you've done everything to shun yourself away from him in that regard. Now he'll sit down and do interviews talking about, oh, me and my dad were good. Me and my... We don't care now. Because the one you've been calling dad is in prison. So now all of a sudden I'll be dad and all that. Oh, okay, girl. Alrighty then. So again, all of the children are famous by association. None of them are famous on their own merit. Correct. Like Blue Ivy, love her to death, but she's not like an actual celebrity. She's Beyonce and Jay-Z's daughter. She's not out here acting, getting roles on her own. No. Her doing Brown Girl was for, correct, nepotism, correct. Blue Ivy ain't done nothing like on her own. Everything she does is attached to her parents. Brown Skin Girl, attached to Beyonce. Her about to be in the sequel to the Lion King movie as Kiara. Beyonce's project, her and Jay-Z's project. They've been signed a contract years ago back with Disney, and they owe them a certain amount of projects. Okay, they did Black is King, they did Lion, and now they're doing Simba's Pride. I think they have one more no. I think they have one more project because The Mermaid was Beyonce and Jay-Z's project too. I love Holly Down, but if she was not connected to Beyonce, we would not have had a Black Ariel. No, we would not have. No, we would not have. Now, I'm not going to say nepotism, but I'm just going to say, girl, that was... Girl, they did have a lot of influence in getting you that role, and they needed to do something for y'all because every time y'all drop music and whatnot and it's not successful, people look at Beyonce because you are signed to her. So, yeah, if for Jay-Z and Beyonce, Holly would not have been Ariel. And don't you ever get it twisted. Don't you ever get that twisted. Yeah. The Color movie made no sense. And Holly was in that movie for like 6 seconds. She was in that movie for 6 seconds and then she turned to Sierra. I said, what the? I said, oh, Oprah. Oprah. Oprah, girl. I'm like, Sierra ain't even like old enough to play this role. They should have got like Sanaa Lathan, you know, somebody like, I'm like, girl. Sierra. And then Sierra come on set looking younger than everybody. Everyone, buddy. I said, wow. Wow. Crazy. Hair flat. So, yes, I'm very manly. And these earrings gonna be on Everyday Hoe. So get with it to get lost. Get with it to get lost. Again, I will never upset any of y'all fathers. I'm never gonna upset y'all fathers. Like, if you don't like him, tell your dad to come tell me, and we can talk about it. But you hoe will stay on punishment like you been. Girl, please. Girl, please. Girl, please. Girl, please. Ooh, not to do act like one. I am. Like, ho, you see a wig? Like, you see any makeup on me? You see any of that? What does that mean? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I keep heteros, be gay, because y'all make hetero very boring on YouTube. Yeah, you hetero niggas are basic. Like, y'all are so basic. So basic. Imagine coming into a gay nigga chat who you want to... Because I won't waste my time. I won't waste up a hey ho. Clear, you want to waste yours on me? Go right ahead. I don't mind at all. I understand y'all. I'm Poppington. I'm Poppington. I get it. No, I understand. Y'all be seeing the numbers, y'all be seeing the likes, and then y'all be just like, damn, like, what he got, I don't got. I don't know, maybe suck a, I don't know. Maybe try that. Be gay, because hetero ain't getting you nowhere but trolling, and that's free. I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid to be. I'm getting paid to wear these earrings, girl. If I'm acting like a girl, I'm getting paid to. I can tell you that much. I ain't doing it for free. Because you're trolling, you don't get a dime. What would we be pressed about? That's weird. You are. So that's why we don't. What would we get upset about? Like, we don't care. Like, I mean, you look weird. We don't look weird. You look weird. Not us. Girl, I told y'all I was like walking into a gay club. Like, why y'all gay? Hello. I ain't never walked into no straight bar asking nobody that. Ever. You know, why all of you hetero? Like, why you want something? Like, why? So you don't think it's like a hetero doing that? That doesn't make me feel like you're gay. It's like, because who has that type of question for a gay dude? Like, that's weird. Like, y'all weird. It's not me. It's you. Correct. I'm comfortable in my skin. Yes. I am comfortable on my knees with all 4 of your father's inches. Jamaica, girl. No gagging necessary. So I'm comfortable with it. I don't have a problem with your dad, you know, writing his name on my back, you know, with your sibling. You know, I don't have a problem. It doesn't bother me, you know, like at all, you know, whatsoever. Like, I'm not stupid. You're stupid. Like, that be the thing. I'm not stupid. You stupid. Yeah. Very gay and get paid very well to be. Very well to be. Because again, y'all over here trolling for free. So we allow it. We don't mind it at all because the check gonna clear no matter what. The check gonna clear no matter what. And all engagement is good engagement, okay? Y'all just helping me get coin. Like, y'all couldn't be the enemy. Y'all too supportive. I promise you. I promise you. I love haters. I wouldn't be nowhere on YouTube, girl. I wouldn't be getting viewed, girl. Girl, I wouldn't be able to go on vacations, girl. I wouldn't do none of that without y'all. Even hating, I'm getting paid, girl. Why would I feel some type of way? Well, you guys are so cute. You guys are so cute. You're hilarious. You just don't laugh. So I have to get out of here, girl. I have to go get my kids from school. And I'm gonna be like 3 minutes late, but I'll get over it. If not, oh well, leave. That's what I'm gonna tell them. I'm like, oh well, I was coming. Oh well, I'm just kidding. Shout out to, hold on. Okay, shout out to Kimberly and Chef. I'm gonna say Chef. Shout out to Kimberly and Chef for the Cash Apps. Thank you so much, girl. I really appreciate it. I love you guys. So I'm gonna get out of here. We will be live later in like an hour on Coffee. So make sure you guys come join us on Coffee. Thank you for the 1,000 likes. Thank you for the super stickers. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing if you are new. Thank you so much to everybody that came through in the chat. King Payne since day one. BJ, Investigate. I love you guys. So I'll see y'all over on Coffee to roast in just a little bit here.